So, you want to own a gym? At first glance, it seems like one of the smartest businesses you could ever own. People willingly pay you every single month. There are no products to manufacture, no inventory to manage, no expensive raw materials to purchase. And unlike restaurants, nothing expires overnight. It almost sounds like the perfect business. But here's something that might surprise you. Some of the most profitable gyms in the world aren't successful because people work out there every day. They're successful because thousands of members don't. Every month, millions of people pay for memberships they barely use. Some visit once a week, some stop coming after a few months, and some forget they even have a membership, while the monthly payment quietly continues. It's a business model that generates recurring revenue long before a single dumbbell is lifted. But if that's true, why do so many gym owners still struggle? Why do thousands of gyms shut down every year despite having hundreds or even thousands of paying members? Where does all the money actually go? And if owning a gym is supposed to be such a great business, why aren't more gym owners becoming millionaires? The answer lies in something most people never see, because a gym isn't just a room filled with treadmills and weights. It's a business built on cash flow, fixed costs, customer retention, capacity, and one of the most unpredictable products in the world, human motivation. You see, the hardest part of running a gym isn't convincing people to join, it's convincing them to stay. Every membership sold is only the beginning of a financial equation. Behind every treadmill, every squat rack, and every monthly subscription, there's a carefully balanced business model where a small change in rent, payroll, equipment financing, or customer retention can mean the difference between making millions or losing everything. So today, we're not talking about fitness, we're not talking about bodybuilding, and we're definitely not talking about workout routines. We're opening the books on a business that has quietly become a multi-billion-dollar industry, because before you invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into opening your own gym, there's one question you need to answer. Does owning a gym actually make financial sense? Let's break down the economics. Before you decide whether owning a gym is a good investment, you first need to answer a much bigger question. Is the fitness industry itself worth investing in? Because history has shown us something interesting. Great entrepreneurs don't just build great businesses, they enter great industries. Think about it. 20 years ago, people spent money on televisions, DVDs, and cable subscriptions. Today, many of those businesses have disappeared, but one thing hasn't: people's desire to become healthier. In fact, as people become wealthier, they usually spend more on their health, not less. And that's exactly why investors have been paying close attention to the fitness industry. Today, the global health and fitness club industry generates well over $100 billion every year, and researchers expect it to keep growing strongly throughout the coming decade. But the size of the industry isn't what makes it exciting. It's how the industry makes its money. Imagine two businesses. The first sells a customer one product. The customer pays once, then disappears. Next month, the business has to find another customer, and another, and another. Now imagine a completely different business. Instead of convincing customers to buy something every month, they convince them just once. After that, payments arrive automatically, every month, whether it's raining, snowing, or even when the customer forgets the business exists. Which business would you rather own? That's exactly why Wall Street loves subscription businesses. Netflix, Spotify, Adobe, Amazon Prime. Different industries, the same business model, predictable monthly cash flow, and gyms operate using that exact principle. Every new member isn't just another customer, they're another recurring payment, another predictable source of income, another small piece of future cash flow. That's why some of the world's largest fitness brands have expanded into thousands of locations across multiple countries. They aren't just selling access to treadmills, they're selling a subscription, a business model investors understand extremely well. But here's where most people stop thinking. They assume that because an industry is growing, every business inside that industry must also be successful. That's not how economics works. During a gold rush, not every miner became rich. During the smartphone boom, not every phone company survived. And during the rise of the fitness industry, thousands of gyms still failed. So if demand is growing, if more people than ever are joining gyms, if billions of dollars are flowing into the industry every year, then why do so many gym owners still struggle? Because demand alone doesn't guarantee profit. Execution does. And execution begins with one very expensive step: opening the gym itself. Before your first member signs up, before the first treadmill starts running, before a single dollar enters your bank account, you'll have to make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. How much are you willing to invest before you earn your first dollar? That's where the real economics of owning a gym begins. Every successful gym begins the same way. Empty, no members, no trainers, no music, no weights, just an empty building and a very expensive dream, because before a gym ever makes money, it consumes money, lots of it. Most people think opening a gym is simple: rent a building, buy a few treadmills, add some dumbbells, open the doors. But that's like saying building an airline only requires buying an airplane. The reality is far more expensive. The first investment isn't equipment, it's location. Because in the fitness business, visibility is everything. A gym hidden behind warehouses might save thousands of dollars in rent, but it could lose hundreds of potential customers every month. On the other hand, a gym located in a busy shopping district, near offices, schools, or residential neighborhoods may attract far more members, but premium locations come with premium prices, and that rent never waits. Whether 10 people walk through your doors or 1,000, the landlord still expects the same payment every single month. Then comes the equipment. And this is where reality begins to hit. Commercial gym equipment isn't designed for one person, it's designed for hundreds of people, every day, year after year. A commercial treadmill can cost several $1,000s, high-end strength machines, functional training equipment, free weights, benches, squat racks, cable systems, mirrors, rubber flooring. By the time everything is installed, you've invested far more than most people imagine. But surprisingly, the equipment isn't what customers notice first. They notice how the gym makes them feel. Is it clean? Is it bright? Does it smell fresh? Is the air conditioning working? Are the locker rooms spotless? Is the lighting modern? Is the music energetic? These small details quietly influence one important decision: will the customer come back tomorrow? Because every returning customer is another month of recurring revenue, and every customer who never returns makes recovering your investment even harder. Then come the costs most new owners forget: business licenses, insurance, security systems, member management software, payment processing fees, Wi-Fi, cleaning supplies, maintenance contracts, emergency repairs. None of these attract new customers, but every one of them costs money. And before your grand opening, before the ribbon is cut, before your very first membership is sold, you may have already invested hundreds of thousands of dollars without earning a single dollar back. Which raises an even bigger question: how many members does a gym actually need just to survive? Because opening the gym is only the beginning. Keeping it alive is an entirely different business. In the next chapter, we'll finally answer the question every future gym owner wants to know: how does a gym actually make all of that money back? And the answer is far more interesting than simply selling memberships. By now, you've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. The walls are painted, the mirrors are installed, the equipment is in place, the lights are on. And finally, opening day arrives. Members begin walking through the front door. Some come to lose weight, others want to build muscle, some simply want to feel healthier. But from a business perspective, they all have one thing in common: they generate cash flow. Most people think a gym earns money every time someone works out, but that's not true. A gym earns money the moment a membership is purchased, whether that member comes 5 times a week, once a month, or never comes back at all. The monthly payment is usually the same, and that's what makes the economics of a gym so unique. The product isn't exercise, the product is access. Think about it. Imagine your gym charges $50 per month. If you have 2,000 active members, that's $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Before you've sold a single protein shake, before you've offered a personal training session, before you've earned $1 from merchandise. That's the power of subscriptions. Revenue becomes predictable. Every month starts with money already scheduled to arrive. Investors love businesses like this because predictable income makes planning much easier. But here's where the business becomes fascinating. Not every member uses the gym equally. Some people arrive at 6 a.m. every single morning, others show up only on weekends, and many stop coming after just a few weeks, yet their memberships often remain active. They keep paying, even when they stop exercising. From a fitness perspective, that sounds unfortunate, but from a business perspective, it's one of the reasons gyms work. Imagine if all 2,000 members walked into the gym at exactly 6 p.m. There wouldn't be enough treadmills, not enough benches, not enough parking spaces, not enough lockers. The business would collapse under its own success. Instead, human behavior naturally spreads demand across different days, different weeks, and different schedules. That's why a gym can sell far more memberships than it can physically accommodate at one time, because it's selling access, not guaranteed usage. This concept is called capacity utilization. Airlines use it, hotels use it, streaming platforms use it, and gyms use it too. The business isn't designed around every customer showing up. It's designed around the probability that most of them won't. And that's where smart owners begin thinking differently. They stop asking, "How do I get more members?" and start asking, "How do I increase the value of every member?" Because memberships are only the beginning. The smartest gym owners know the real profits aren't always made at the front desk. They're made after the membership has already been sold. Personal training, nutrition coaching, supplements, recovery services, premium memberships. These aren't just extra services, they're profit multipliers. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next. At this point, most people think they've figured out the gym business, sell memberships, collect monthly payments, control expenses, keep the profit. Sounds simple, but the most successful gym owners know something most people don't. Memberships keep the lights on. Everything else builds the business. Imagine two gyms. Both charge $50 per month. Both have 2,000 members. Both generate exactly the same membership revenue. On paper, they look identical. But by the end of the year, one owner drives home in a luxury car. The other struggles to pay next month's rent. What happened? The answer isn't more members. It's more value from each member. Think about your last visit to a gym. Maybe you bought a protein shake after your workout. Maybe a trainer offered a personal coaching package. Maybe you purchased supplements or upgraded to a premium membership. None of those purchases were required, yet millions of people buy them every year. And that's exactly where profit begins to grow. Because selling another membership usually requires advertising, sales staff, promotions, discounts. But selling an additional service to someone who's already inside your gym is much cheaper. Economists call this customer lifetime value, or simply CLV. Instead of asking, "How much did this customer pay today?" smart businesses ask, "How much will this customer spend over the next 5 years?" That single question changes everything. A member paying $50 a month doesn't just generate $50. Stay for 2 years, and they've already generated over $1,200 in membership revenue alone. Add personal training, add supplements, add branded merchandise, add premium recovery services, and suddenly, that same customer could be worth several $1,000s, not because prices increased, but because value increased. This is why the world's biggest fitness companies don't see members as monthly payments. They see them as long-term financial assets. The longer someone stays, the more valuable they become. But there's another side to this equation. Every new member costs money to acquire. Online advertising, social media campaigns, local promotions, referral bonuses, sales commissions, none of them are free. Which means if a customer joins, then cancels after just 1 month, the business may actually lose money. That's why successful gyms don't just focus on attracting people, they focus on keeping them. Every extra month a customer stays makes the business stronger. Every cancellation makes growth more expensive. In finance, this creates a simple rule. The cheapest customer is the one you already have. And the smartest gym owners understand that better than anyone. But even after maximizing customer value, even after increasing retention, even after creating multiple income streams, one challenge still remains. Can the business actually survive? Because a gym can generate impressive revenue and still fail financially. In the final chapter, we'll discover why and answer the biggest question of all. Is owning a gym actually worth the investment? After everything we've uncovered, one question still remains. Is owning a gym actually a good business? The answer depends on how you define success. If you think owning a gym means opening the doors, selling a few memberships, and watching money flow into your bank account, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you understand that a gym is a financial system, rather than just a fitness center, the entire business starts to look very different. Because successful gym owners don't wake up every morning asking, "How many people worked out today?" They ask, "How healthy is my cash flow? How many members renewed this month? How much did each customer spend? How many new members did we gain, and how many did we lose?" Those numbers matter far more than the number of treadmills inside the building. In fact, two gyms can look almost identical, the same equipment, the same floor space, the same membership price, but one quietly prints money while the other slowly runs out of it, because one owner manages a gym and the other manages a business. That's the difference. Every successful gym eventually reaches a point where fixed costs are covered. Rent is paid, salaries are paid, utilities are paid, equipment loans are under control. Every new membership after that begins contributing far more to profit than before. Economists call this operating leverage. The larger your loyal customer base becomes, the more efficiently your business can generate profit. But there's another lesson hidden inside this industry. The most valuable thing inside a gym isn't the building, it isn't the equipment, it isn't the mirrors, and it isn't the weights, it's trust. Because every month, thousands of people willingly allow a business to charge their credit card. That isn't just recurring revenue, it's recurring confidence. Lose that trust, and the business begins to collapse. Protect it, and customers may stay for years. That's why the biggest gym brands in the world don't simply invest in machines, they invest in customer experience, cleaner facilities, better trainers, easier mobile apps, faster customer support, stronger communities. Because every improvement increases the chances that a customer stays one more month. And in this business, one more month can be worth far more than finding one new customer. So, is owning a gym a great investment? It certainly can be, but only for owners who understand one simple truth. People come for fitness, but businesses survive on finance, and that's the hidden economics behind owning a gym. The next time you walk into a gym, don't just look at the dumbbells, look at the business model, because behind every treadmill, every membership card, every smiling trainer, and every swipe of a key card, there's a carefully engineered financial machine working silently in the background. Most people see a place to exercise, investors see recurring revenue, entrepreneurs see opportunity, and now, so do you. This is Finance Diary, where we don't just explain businesses, we explain the economics behind them. See you in the next episode.